WSO2 has been the choice. I think it has been a really good one, actually. Yeah, it's solving a lot of issues.
My name is Tomas Haluzic and I'm the service manager for the WSO2 API manager platform. I'm supporting Lyse as one of our customers, the main customer actually, to support them the whole platform.
My name is Tomas as well, Tomas Vesly. I'm a CTO of a company called Lyse and Lyse Agon. I used to be a chief IT architect within the Lyse AS group, and I've been owning the WSO2 and integration platform within the corporate IT. We are partnering with Tietoevry on the WSO2 path for 7th year actually. So we are quite on the long journey already. But myself, I have longer experience with WSO2 as well, even before we've done the implementation for the Lyse. Basically, 2018 was kind of a phase of realization for Lyse to actually see how complex and kind of spaghetti APIs, integrations we have. We have no control, completely kind of black boxed. So we have seen that actually we need some management. We want to kind of elevate security. We want to actually have this part of the enterprise architecture as a component to kind of fulfill all the kind of requirements and needs, especially in the era where the REST APIs were kind of emerging and everything. So API management was the first kind of choice to start unraveling all the secrets within the organization we have. So we have done some kind of investigation on the market, who is basically being the performers in different areas. WSO2 has been the choice. And I think it has been a really good one, actually. It's solving a lot of issues, especially like the ones I mentioned. In the time we were looking into the Azure API Manager, we were looking into, if I remember right, the RPG and tree scale. But we had a certain requirements on the architecture and the deployment patterns, and none of the vendors were capable to deliver on those. And the WSO2 was the right fit with capabilities of distributed deployment, distributed gateways, so we can kind of manage all the traffic within different data centers, within different clouds. The scalability of the platform was on the peak. The work with WSO2 was actually, as a product, was very easy because we are buying the service through Tietoevry, where Tomas is coming from. So the service is actually delivered as an iPaaS. So it's a platform, so we don't have to kind of manage the licenses, we don't have to manage how the platform is built. It's more like we have a deployment pattern we need, and we want this from our IT vendor, which is Tietoevry, of course. Because
we are actually running the WSO2 on our sovereign cloud at the moment with the transition to Azure in most upcoming days. So we actually took, as Tomas already mentioned, we took the headache of managing the platform from Lyse towards the Tietoevry, and we are selling as a platform as a service. I came a year ago, and since then it was actually flawless. We have very good cooperation, mostly with Ramal. We have monthly calls, and all the support from the technician's point of view is excellent.
We might have strange requirements or strange questions, so I think those questions are also being kind of forwarded to WSO2 to verify if our thinking is actually correct. And also, especially, even though we are not in direct customer of WSO2 because we have the IT partner, for us it's also wonderful because we can talk to the account team in WSO2, and the communication is actually really good. We've been on several occasions actually having sessions where the WSO2 has actually came to our premises, and we had the new feature releases, kind of ways of working and stuff like that. So even beyond the Tietoevry's support and everything, we had this kind of really good experience with WSO2. Most of 99.99% of the projects we've been working with were success stories. especially thanks to an API management and the enterprise integrator, because the speed of development and the ease of deployments were key in all of those projects. But for instance, like one of the big projects we had was a change of our ERP system. So we were changing SAP into the Dynamics. That required a lot of new integrations, new requirements. We are a group of 14 companies with different kind of business needs and kind of business focus. So yeah, I think ERP was actually quite big to implement, and that was a success. Yeah, so we have way better kind of observability on the API calls and integrations, and that gives us a new way of looking into the development or kind of feature development. For instance, I can take a use case where we've been implementing our front-end page for our customers, with engaging with invoicing, engaging with kind of information about the products and stuff like that. We've seen that we have basically more than 50 API calls just to kind of support actually the initial information after the login. So we could actually see that what's going on, how it has been designed, and kind of rethink if we should actually optimize our systems. If we actually need 50 API calls, or should we actually change the system, should we change the integration to actually be more effective, be actually faster. So I think like the speed and yeah, that helps a lot when it comes to the platform and kind of visibility on on how things are being used and by whom, and yeah, so that's really transparent in the business, and I think that's also a key in Lyse, because WSO2 is really visible to all the kind of business owners who need an applications, who owns an applications. So it's a like natural way to actually turn to an integration platform or the API management. So yeah, technology is really good. We didn't have any production issues in a way, not caused by WSO2. So stability, really good feature-wise, exceeding the actually needs. We've been actually asked by several businesses if we can create a guidelines so they can use only a specific number of functions. Like, it's limitless, so do what you need, and we are kind of growing by upgrading to new versions and stuff like that. So it covers what we need.
Again, we are supporting like 5 or 6 customers at the moment, via WSO2, and yeah, I believe it's great. The support's excellent. The technicians always have a good feedback, regarding WSO2, and yeah, I would definitely recommend it for the more customers, especially because it's like 100% open source, and that's what the people are looking for at the moment, the companies. So yeah, definitely.